Let's make this delicious fish pepper soup with yam. Don't forget to like this video and click the subscribe button and the notification button. So first I have my tilapia fish. They've been cleaned out and washed, and now I'm just trimming off the fins just because they're really sharp and I just don't like to deal with them, so I like to just trim them off. This recipe is so easy and you could literally have dinner done in like 20 minutes, probably less than that. Another type of fish that I love to use for pepper soup is catfish. That's also really nice. So my fish trimmed and looking pretty, I'm moving on to preparing my yam. When you're cutting your yams, make sure that you are putting them into a bowl of water just to prevent them from getting discolored and brown while you're cutting your yam. Now I'm moving on to preparing the base of my pepper soup. So I have a Scotch bonnet, an onion, some ginger and garlic, and I'm just going to cut them all up and into a blender and blend that up. However, you'll notice that I'm not blending my ginger. I prefer to slice that up and just put it into the soup. So I'm only blending the ginger, the onion and the Scotch bonnet with some water. The reason I like to just put sliced ginger in the soup is just because it gives a more subtle ginger flavor, and I just prefer that to blending it into it. So I went ahead and blended my onion, garlic and Scotch bonnet and added that into a pot. And then I went ahead and added some more water. So the amount of water you add is up to you. And then I added my sliced ginger. The amount of pepper soup spice you add is really up to you, but if you add too much, it can make the soup really bitter. So be careful with that. And then I added a teaspoon of salt, some crayfish stock powder, and a sprinkle of dried thyme. You can use fresh thyme if you want as well, and then also a Maggi cube. Okay, so I've added all my seasoning and I'm just going to cover it up and let it simmer for about 5 minutes, just to allow all the seasoning and the herbs and spices to just infuse together. In the meantime, I just went ahead and chopped up some spring onions, and we're just going to use this at the end just to add some extra flavor to our soup. So my soup has been simmering for about 5 minutes, and I like to taste my food while I'm cooking just to see if the seasoning is enough, and the salt wasn't quite enough here, so I decided to add a little more salt. When I was happy with the taste of my soup, I went ahead and added my yam. At this point, you definitely don't want to overcook your yam, so I left mine for about 4 minutes, but depending on how big your yam or how small, it's ranging between 3 and 5 minutes. And then after that, I went ahead and added my fish, which needs to cook for a further 10 minutes. So just take that into account when you're timing your yam. So fish added, I covered that and left that to simmer for about 10 minutes. Be careful not to be rough with the fish or stir it once it's cooking, because obviously fish is really delicate and you don't want to break it apart in the soup. Now, once I was happy that my fish was cooked and my pepper soup was all nice and delicious, I added my finishing touch of spring onions and turned off the heat. So there is the pepper soup done. It was so delicious and so comforting, especially if you have a cold. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, click the notification button to see my new videos. Thank you very much. Bye.